Hi guys, welcome back to another art video. In this one I am going shopping for some art supplies. My friend messaged me last week. She was like, I want to try that textured art thing. Do you want to try it with me? And I was like, yes, of course. So I've done some research, I've got myself a shopping list, and today we're heading to Chichester to go to some cheap shops to find some cheap art supplies to give it a go. So on my shopping list I've got canvases, filler, tools to spread the filler, acrylic paint, and I'll probably get some like acrylic varnish or something like that, and some paint brushes for the acrylic paint because I don't want to ruin my other art brushes, paint brushes. Yeah, so I'm going to take you along with me. We're going to go and we're going to try Lidl, the middle aisle, to see if they've got any of the like tools, because sometimes they have bits and bobs in there. We're going to do the Range because I've done some research and they've got a lot of cheap supplies there. We'll definitely get the filler there. And they've got some canvases as well that are pre-primed. Hopefully they've got all these in the store. We're going to try Sainsbury's just to have a look and see. Then last resort is Hobbycraft. Hobbycraft is quite expensive, but it is fun to have a look around. So we're going to go and have a look and see what we can find. So I'll take you along and then we're going to come back and we're going to try making some textured art. I don't know if you've seen it. I'll probably put some pictures up of the inspiration. A lot of people do these sort of really minimalist stuff, so they'll keep it beige or white, and then they'll have like arches. They might paint the arches and the swirls and stuff in some like beigey colours, but I want to do something a little bit more bright. I think I'm going to try and do some kind of landscape piece, so use the texture and stuff to create hills and fields and just to create the lines within like the landscape piece that I would normally do with pencil or something like that. So yeah, I'm gonna have a play. Hopefully I'll be able to get a few canvases. I didn't spend all of my Christmas money, so I'm gonna use some of that today to get some bits and bobs. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited, so I'll take you along with me and see what we can do. Okay, so first stop was Lidl, and there was nothing in Lidl. This was the middle aisle. Then we moved on to Sainsbury's, and there was absolutely nothing in Sainsbury's except a £3.50 canvas. And then now we are in the Range, and there was plenty on offer. We got everything from the Range. These were the canvases, loads of acrylic paint options, all quite a reasonable price. This was the stack of £1 options, so yeah, we got everything from there. Oh, the filler as well. We got the filler. And this is the haul of everything that I bought. I wasn't going to sit down and go through everything individually because I have my friend there, but I bought those bigger tubes, which were £1.99. These smaller tubes that I'm showing you were £1. I got the spatula thingy and the filler. I think the filler was about £3.50, something like that. The brush was like £1. Everything was really cheap, so I was buzzing about that. The little board that I'm using here was £1.50 for a little canvas board, and then we bought a pack of the bigger canvases, which were American sizes, like 11 inches or something by something or other. We bought that between the two of us, so there was 6 in there for like £11.99, so we split that in half. But we bought these little canvas boards for £1.50 each, just so we could do a tester and see what it was like to use the material, basically. So that is what I'm going to be showing you in this video now, is me using this little canvas board to create my first textured landscape piece. So to start with, I'm literally just trying to cover the entire canvas with the filler, and it was quite fun to use, I'm not gonna lie, just kind of playing about with it, trying to get different textures with that one spatula. My friend Becky, she bought some of these little plastic ones, and I kind of wish I had bought my own pack of them. They were only £1, and she bought duplicates of everything basically, so that she can take some home and carry on doing some herself. So yeah, she's taken those with her, so now I'm without the little spatula or palette knife things, so I need to get myself some of those. But yeah, I'm just kind of creating a random landscape like piece, trying out different textures, doing some lines, doing some bigger lines and patting it about and just having fun with it really, and then leaving it to dry for a while, and then adding the pink base coat I don't know, I was a bit worried that the filler would absorb all the paint, and so I wanted to cover it completely with at least one layer of paint, so I chose to use the pink. I see a lot of people doing pink underpaintings, and I realised as I was doing it that the filler wasn't completely dry, so it ended up smoothing out a bit of the texture in some areas and making the paint on my brush a little bit grainy. So I did as much as possible. It's a little bit patchy, and then I left it to dry overnight. Okay, so this is dry now. Stick my nail in, I can't get it in, so that's good. I'm going to now paint it more. I've got all my paints here still, so this is like the next day. Hi, it's now Thursday. So yeah, I'm gonna paint it. I'm gonna try and do like the multicolored kind of effect that I've done in some other paintings. I'll show you. This is a digital painting I did where I've used like yellows and blues and stuff in the fields, and I really like it. So I'm gonna try and do something similar with the paints that I've got. So yeah, that was a digital one I did on Procreate. Yeah, okay, let's have a play. So I realised I should have bought a palette to do this, really. I have got a palette, but it's got all my watercolours paints on it, and I've used it for gouache in the past as well. So I kind of want to get a separate palette for acrylics. So for this bit of artwork, I am using my acrylic straight out the bottle and putting it onto the canvas. And I'm just filling in different areas with one colour, and I'll just build it up gradually as we go along. I really like the $1.99 acrylics that I bought. I'm going to do a separate video where I swatch out the acrylics that I bought and do like the base of or use them for a mixed media piece, like the base of a mixed media piece, and I'll sort of like talk through a bit more about the acrylics then. But yeah, I haven't used acrylic for a very, very long time. I don't even remember using acrylic, so it was quite nice to try out a new medium on top of a new medium. And yeah, I really enjoyed painting this, and I'm really happy with the outcome as well, so that's good. But yeah, I'm just building up the layers, adding on the colour. I end up covering up most of it as we go along, and then having to add those like multicolours on top again. I really like this like olivey green. I think it's called pale olive green or something like that. It's a really nice colour. It was quite hard to know how much paint to have on my paintbrush. In some areas I feel like the filler was absorbing it a little bit more than others, and obviously like getting in the cracks and crevices of the texture used up quite a bit of paint, and then in other areas you don't need so much. This turquoise is one of the cheaper paints, the £1. They're all cheap paints, but the £1 paints, which are a little bit more translucent, but it's still quite a bright colour and works quite well in this. And then with the sky, I ended up putting too much paint on the canvas, which is a problem I had in my other video, but I managed to make it work. So I really like using like yellows and pinks and blues in the sky. I really love like sunset colours and sunrise colours, to be fair. So yeah, I ended up doing a lot of yellow and then covering it up, and I ended up leaving quite a lot of texture in the acrylic paint, so not completely smoothing it out in the sky, which adds more texture to quite a smooth area of the piece, and I think it works quite well. So yeah, I was really pleased with that. I'd really like to try some more pieces like this. I really like how it turned out. It's sat downstairs in my kitchen at the moment, still sort of where I left it drying, and I keep going back to it and looking at it every time I go and have a meal. I'm like, oh, I really like that. I'm really pleased with it, so I'm looking forward to making some more like this. The pressure is on using the actual canvases rather than this little canvas board. I feel like I've got to make them perfect. So I've done one of them, which I'll do in a separate video, which is going to be more of an abstract piece, but the other two I might end up doing some more landscapes like this one. I'd really like to go back to the range and get some more like different colours of the paints. In this I haven't mixed any of the colours together to make new colours. I'm not so good at that. I like buying the colours that I like and then just using them as they are. I probably should get better at doing that, but yeah, if I go for another trip to the range, I'll get like a palette and then I can mix some stuff up. I'm using the Payne's Grey here to add in sort of hedgerows and trees and stuff. I really like the Payne's Grey as well. That's what I'm using for my abstract piece quite a bit on there, so it's a really nice, it's like a dark blue, it's like an off black dark blue kind of mix. It's a really nice colour. I think you'll see in a minute the sun comes out and I've got my back to the double like patio doors, so I move to one side and then it's just like sunshine, and it sort of highlights all the areas that I might have missed a bit, or like, I don't mind the pink coming through from underneath, but in some areas it just didn't look good, so do some little touch-ups at the end in quite a few areas. And there's the sunshine. Sorry that it's blowing out, like whiting out the screen a bit there. But you can really see the textures now with the sun shining on it. It looks quite cool. Taking some pictures to send to my family. This is what I'm doing. I think I could keep titivating and adding to it and building up different areas for ages, but it got to a point where I was like, I'm just gonna have to leave it now. This is done. Just adding a few random trees into some of the fields, because sometimes you get a few random ones, don't you? Sorry if you can hear my laptop taking off in the background. And there we go, that's the finished piece in all its glory in the sunshine. I hope you enjoyed watching my first textured art process, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!